90 seconds. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
We got him. Let's go.
And welcome, comic book connoisseurs and art aficionados. I am your host, Frédéric Guimont, and this is Proof of Comics, the art stream number 17. And we're joined tonight with my co-host,
a man that I call Bob.
welcome, Billy Bob Sack. Oh, sorry, I stepped over you there. How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, just a chilling. Just a chilling.
Nice chilling on a chill stream, art stream on this Tuesday. We are also joined tonight by Wrangler from Frequency Studios.
A whole lot of hola. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing fine. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just clacking away on the keyboard. How about you guys?
I'll be working away on some inking of the illustration I finished yesterday on your stream, Wrangler.
Yeah, I see a lot more detail filled in there.
Yeah, I also inked the bottom portion of the cloud, the dust storm, or the dust cloud from him sliding down. Hey, James, how you doing, man?
That's
Doing
awesome.
well. It looks sweet, man.
Thanks. So I've been playing
Now, it
around
seems
with.
to be missing those 3D assets, you know.
Well, those I add on the computer, which is never.
Howdy har.
I have to see, you know.
Although I've been
No,
playing,
3D
I've
assets
been playing with
is,
greedy.
the new
greedy
way,
assets.
old man.
I like the
None of
detail.
that hand-drawn stuff.
I draw with my hands, that's it. See
For now.
Yeah, I need to upgrade cameras. Like this one is doing the job, but it's going to have to be my backup camera because it seems the light it's not showing the beauty of my manicure over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a Frenchman. French Canadian.
Yeah, if you may want to date what are those chicks called that work in a nail salon? Are they just called technicians or?
You mean
Asians?
the Asians? The slanted ones, someone.
The nail technicians.
Nail technicians.
Oh, seriously, I thought they were called nail technicians or something, but
It could be, man. Like I must confess, I don't know the terminology. I was just
I don't know.
messing with you. I just do my own nails. I'm just.
it's
got
I
4
would
minutes
have to look
manicure.
it up on the translator. I think it's in Korean.
Yeah, I guess it would. Yeah, I mean, Korea's in Asia. That would fit the description.
That's just messed up. Frequency. Are you saying all nail salon people are Asian?
Nope. Just most of the
Are
ones
you
that
saying they're
delivered
not good enough to be a nail salon? Pretty racist, you know. Pretty messed up of you. Disgusting.
Okay.
even.
So I want to say a quick hello to our 2 viewers on X, formerly known as Twitter. It seems to be working. So we're streaming simulcast on Zapstream.
Yeah.
There's no viewers currently on Zapstream, but hey, we're there streaming if you're out there. And yeah. So let's get art streaming. So what are you guys
Fred,
working on?
you don't
this
get
week?
this comic book done by the end of the year. You do know that you're gonna have to play Dragon Age Veilguard, right? On stream.
Hold on, that's not in my contract? What are you talking about?
NDA, you're not supposed to list what's in your contract, you know?
I didn't sign no NDA with myself.
Yeah, you did. You must
Not
have
that
been
I
in your
can
contract.
recall. Is this some drugged up situation, sign here kind of thing?
I'll admit to nothing.
I knew it.
Alrighty, what you working on?
So this is the commission, this is James's commission. So this is Glimmerleaf sliding down a sand dune.
That's in the middle chapter, which there are no chapters, so middle section. I'm not sure we're gonna chapter it off or just throw it out there as a story, you know.
How many pages is the book?
So far, it is actually. Let me take a look. To be exact, opening it up right now. It is 71.
I want to say a quick hello.
71,000 words or 71 pages?
Quick hello to our co-host with the mo-host. How you doing, Otter?
Here I am, rocking you all like a hurricane, and I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Hey,
How are
hey,
you guys?
settle down. I heard you had quite a wild weekend in Wales.
Yeah, it was a little hectic, to say the least.
You threw up on some couple's rug and then you slept in their bed. What's this story here?
Hey, there was a lot of alcohol involved, and plus they deserved it.
I don't
So
think I
Otter,
can handle your.
I had
Yes.
to argue with someone about Dragon Age 2 last night.
Oh, was someone saying, oh, it's way better than Origins?
No. They're just like, it's really good, man. I was like, you fucking smoking crack. That game's ass. So ass.
You know,
Holy.
I was kind of having a back and forth with somebody who was saying that Mass Effect 2 is better than the first game. I understand that perspective. Dragon Age 2, on the other hand, no. Simply put, no.
Well, they weren't arguing about that one, but they were saying that it was good, and I was like, dude, the game was fucking broken as hell.
It's really not
Like,
good.
I get it, if you like the story, whatever, but it's like, fuck, man. The game is bugged.
It's
barely
boring,
playable.
too. Like, really boring.
So what kind of
Otter,
bugs?
you gotta finish that. What are you talking about? You haven't even beat the game.
I've played
Listen, I
enough.
played the entire game, alright?
Good for you. That's a real badge of honor.
Entire fucking game.
Otter is playing Dwarf Fortress now, Billy Bob.
Yes. So much better. You wouldn't
Well, he
even
needs to
believe it.
play. He needs to play Dragon Age 2. He needs to finish the playthrough. Don't worry, you'll understand when you see the same exact fucking cave 50 times.
I think once was enough. It wasn't even that great of a dungeon.
Well, you get to keep
Shame.
seeing it every time.
Also, Billy Bob, the story was 31,000 words so far. I got about another 9,000. It's going to round it up at 40,000.
As long as it's under 100 pages, you don't really need chapter breaks. You can get away with it.
Nice.
think
And that's also plus the first story. When I take out the first story, it's probably closer to like 50,000. I mean, 30,000.
Right, just as long as it's I don't know, usually when it gets over 100, usually you do need to have chapter breaks.
Yeah.
Like
Plus,
under
it's
100.
also text size, you know,
Right.
make the text slightly smaller by like 2 points. Interesting music choice. What video game is this?
This is
You know, a
Skyrim.
video game. God Howard. Skyrim.
Very well. It's been a while, you know, since I played Skyrim. I remember
It's
when
rough,
it
but I still enjoy the game for what it is.
there's a ton of mods.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the most prestigious game that's ever been modded. It has the most insanely high quality mods. Yeah,
It's basically its own video game engine.
pretty much. That a bunch.
I remember when somebody replaced the dragons with the giant Randy Savage dragon. Damn, that was hilarious. That was early on, like first 5-ish years of modding. Back then, it was even known for its mods. Now, damn, with AI,
Do you
yeah.
remember? Was it 2015 or 2014 or 2015? I can't remember. Or it might be earlier than that. When they first tried to monetize mods on Steam. Now, y'all
I can't
remember
remember
that?
the year, but I remember it was Bethesda was really the one trying to push that shit, and they had like a Steam plugin, I believe.
Right. I just remember the backlash was so much that they quietly put that down, and then, of course, when you had the next gen version of Skyrim, then they brought it right back. The paid mod system. Otter, you remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately. It's something
What
I'd
year?
rather not remember.
Do you remember what year it was they first tried it the first time?
I'm trying to think. So with the mod store page, that was back in 2015, I think. That was a big controversy.
Yeah, I remember it because it was. Because I remember they tried it. The backlash was quite intense. Like it didn't go over well at all.
Yeah, it really didn't.
And then they brought it back when Fallout 4 got its modding shit on the console. Which, by the way, Otter, Baldur's Gate 3, they are starting to have tags for available on console on the thing now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it sounds like they're already getting to that point. So that's very encouraging.
I don't know if crossplay will come up with the update. I would assume so. I don't see why not at that point.
I mean, Baldur's Gate has been such a hit with fans and critics. I'm like, yeah, Larry, and just go the extra mile. Just have crossplay. People
No,
will
I
love
mean,
you
they
for
said they're going
years
to
on
have it.
end.
Just, we don't know when.
Yeah,
At this point, if they have the modding, it's going to have mods on console, which means you just have to have the same mods downloaded to play on crossplay.
right.
Which
What
we're
are
going to do. And there is a mod to increase the... Instead of 4 players, you can have like 8.
Mods is the real way of the future. It's going to take a lot of them a little time to notice, but let's be honest. Right now, it's like the games that stay alive are the ones that you can mod. It's not the ones with like live services and shit. Sure, you have a handful of those, but when a game has modding, there always seems to be a community within producing its own content. It's beautiful.
Well, it increases the longevity of a game.
Absolutely. That's the only thing that kept Killing Floor 2 alive. Well, that and its cool combat, but you would have never got anywhere near as much. That game has like over 200 maps thanks to its modding community.
Now, that's the same reason why I think I love Doom Eternal. It is my personal like game of the year of 2020.
Yeah.
It was fucking fantastic game. Thing I hated about it is it did not have the map editor and mission maker that Doom 2016 had. And it suffered from it. It needed it. Because that would have extended that game even further, you know. We didn't really get that. You got a shitty online Demon versus Doomslayer, whatever the fuck it was, game mode. It wasn't that great.
Modding
Then
is
bring that back. They should have had it. There was no reason to not have it. It's a great thing. Great thing that would have extended the life of the game.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people still play the Mario Maker.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know it's
Yeah,
out
it
there.
gets updates all the time.
Like other game companies, for the love of God, add shit like this.
Modding is where it's at. It has a larger chance of success than a lot of other things that try.
That's right. And the great thing is, while limited, they are getting it where you can at least have it on consoles. It's limited, but
That too.
still there.
You get something. Yeah, it's better than you know, just like, oh, I'll just on PC. They'll notice. They'll notice big time. Then there'll be a bunch more mods. Hopefully, if they're smart enough. But then will come the greed, the second wave of monetization.
Yeah, but I don't think it would work as well.
Possibly not. They'd have to really restrict their games to like not allow specific mod types and shit, so that way it only comes from them. In a way, I think that's what they kind of wanted with Always Online, because they could really handle that a lot easier. They're always checking, you know, what files you're running and shit, compared to other ones.
Well, so a lot of people I don't think remember this as much. Remember when EA was requiring online passes?
I don't, but that sounds like EA.
So this was around like 2009 to like 2012, 13. EA would you would buy a copy of the game. It has to be a new game. It would have a online pass in the game code that you had to put in. It was a way to combat. They were trying to get it where people had to buy a new copy. You couldn't just give it to your friend to play
Okay, yeah.
because you needed that code to activate so you could actually play the online of the game.
Secondhand market was the shit. I missed a second.
I remember that. That shit was scummy as fuck.
Still though, you get games like quarter of the price.
The what?
You get games for like a quarter of the price. Physical copies. Back when GameStop was in its prime.
Oh, GameStop. Why couldn't you die quicker?
What a tale, GameStop. What a tale. Marvel is going to be the new GameStop.
I mean, they're gonna.
Well, if we don't die quicker, we don't get all those stock memes.
Well, I mean, GameStop ain't got much longer. The only reason they're still around now is because of the jabronis fucking buying stock and stuff and holding it, fucking over the hedge funds.
That was hilarious.
Remember, you had Elizabeth Warren coming out and saying these dudes were terrorists. for buying stock. You had that one stockbroker website get actually in trouble because they took it down off of there. Took the stock off GameStop on the website, which you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, that was Robinhood, right? Yeah, they turned off the buy option and they just left the sell button to try to control the market. And
Yep.
I am gonna miss being able to go into a place and just pick up a game off the shelf and pay for it there.
Yeah, same
Long
here.
dead.
I mean, even Walmart. I went there. Their selection is dwindling. I had Metroid Dread for Switch. I downloaded it digitally, but I still wanted to have a physical copy. So I went to Walmart to get one. Oh, we're not carrying that anymore. So I went to Nintendo to buy it from them directly. They didn't have it available there anymore. Had to get it off Amazon.
Yeah, so this was announced like earlier this year. Walmart's getting rid of all physical media, hosting it. That's why like their section is like massively down. The movie section is literally one little tiny shelf now.
It feels like a fraction of what it once was.
Dude, there used to be like fucking rows of movies at Walmart.
Yeah, I was lucky though. They still had a couple copies of Metroid Prime left, and I grabbed one of those. I mean, you guys have probably seen when I have the camera on. I do have those physical copies now. Have for a while, but when I went to get them,
Well, you know what you should have bought?
it was just dwindling then. That was months ago. I'd hate to see what it is now.
You know what you should have bought, right?
What?
Concord.
Oh, great. Everybody's favorite co-op game.
I never even heard of that game until, what was it? I think last week, all of a sudden it was all over YouTube. Concord sucks. Concord sucks. And I'm still sitting here going, what's Concord?
So, let me ask you this
It's the next Star Wars, right?
So I said this on the gaming stream Friday. How much money do you think Concord lost, Sony?
Oh, I have no idea.
I
I didn't know it
No
existed
small
until everybody
sum.
said it
Hold
bombed.
up. Give me a guess.
A couple mil?
Just give me. Is that your guess? Is 2 million?
Is that your final answer?
I have no idea. It's not like it's a movie production, so it's not like...
Well, hold up. Video games do have movie production budgets. They do.
So they lose like 100 mil or something?
You're getting close.
Well, you're about a quarter
Holy
of the way
crap.
there. It's $400 million.
Jeez!
This game.
It costs Fox less to make Deadpool. A lot less.
So this isn't including the this isn't including the price that they paid for the company that was making the game that they bought. This is $200 million after they bought them. They put in, and then the game 18 months ago was doing really bad, like terrible. So they were outsourcing it to a different company to try to finish it in time, and then they threw another $200 million on top of it. And keep in mind, Sony shut down the game the first week of launch, and on top of that, offered refunds for everyone. They only made about $1 million off the game on sales, in which most of them got refunded. They gave the money back.
Guys, I
What kind
think
of
they
game
made a
was
great profit.
So have you ever played Overwatch or seen Overwatch?
Is that similar to like...
Or Team Fortress 2?
I've heard the game theory episodes. I've listened to game theory episodes while driving about Overwatch or Team
So
Fortress.
Overwatch is a 5v5 like hero shooter.
It overtook
it is.
the internet by storm.
Is it
back
similar
in,
to
It also
Fortnite or
created
something?
like one of the biggest like video game porn industries. Like so much porn has been made of.
That's
Actually,
very true.
it's actually made major strides in like animation, physics, and everything like that.
Now that's not the company. I'm just saying that's how much of a cultural impact fucking Overwatch had. People, these porn animation companies were making an absolute fucking shitload of money on this. And then the game did really well. Overwatch 2, no one remembers it was a complete disaster.
It's still technically alive.
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow.
But
Are they games that are similar to like Fortnite or something? Or
no. It's
first-person shooter?
Yes. Think
Yeah.
of like
Okay,
an
that's why I
arena
know
based
nothing
shooter.
about them. I don't play first-person
it's
shooters.
a first-person shooter, but you're playing a pre-designed character.
With attitude and personality and weapon
Yeah.
skill sets.
And you're
Whoa.
playing with your team against them.
The closest I get to a
Working
first-person
together.
shooter is Metroid Prime.
But that's to give you an idea. Concord was that, but with like modern audience woke character design.
Yeah.
But nobody likes those. Why do they make things their audience doesn't like? That makes no sense.
Well,
Yeah, it's
Sony
like
thought
you
this
know
was gonna
this
be
thing
their
that made
Star
our game
Wars
really
model.
popular, you know, like having like fun gameplay and decently attractive characters to play as. Yeah, that's gone in Concord. Why? I don't know.
You know,
So
actually,
Concord,
go
so-
ahead, Billy.
Sony, their words, this was going to be their Star Wars, their franchise.
Well, congratulations, they succeeded.
Yeah, it ended up
To the
being
point-
Star Wars.
To the point where Netflix is doing like little animations on different video games, and Concord is in one of them. It was already
Yeah.
produced
Wow. Well, there you
for
go.
that game.
You know, I was watching a review from this YouTuber who does these like cases for online games and why they die. Calls himself Nerd Slayer, and he usually does like 15 to 20-minute videos, sometimes 10 minutes. This one for Concord was 40 minutes, and I'm watching it. And this guy goes on a 15-minute rant why the death of the game had nothing to do with DEI. In the middle of the video, it's like all this DEI is just drama and BS whipped up by this people and yada yada. It has nothing to do with Concord. And here are these other games that had DEI and had Sweet Baby Ink in them, and they did fine. And just like a 15-minute rant, so fucking hardcore that then he
Talk
goes
about
about
a proper bread tuber.
So
yeah, but get
Yeah.
this though. The rest of his video and a lot of the previous portions of the video is literally going into details of why DEI sucks and would ruin your game, but he doesn't call it DEI and he just bitches about it.
Is that his way of bitching about DEI without calling it DEI so he doesn't get canceled?
No, I think he's just delusional. Or doesn't know what he's talking about. Alienated.
He's not the
Yeah,
only
okay,
one
you
because
know
they've
what?
been
I'll agree.
noticing. They've been
DEI
noticing.
wasn't the only factor why the game failed. The gameplay also looked like shit. Like,
It really
Yeah.
was.
The costumes were terrible.
But his whole shtick was if you bring up DEI, it's because you don't know what you're talking about, guys.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
now
I'm
they're
sure-
becoming
I'm
aware
sure.
that DEI is not working, and their plan is to change the wording and to call it something different now. So
Isn't it bridge or whatever?
Hey, I got an idea. If you try something and it doesn't function, give it a different name and it might
change
function.
the name. Yeah, my hammer was totally not working. I
The
called
Saya.
I called it a door stopper. Now it works perfectly.
Also, don't you love the argument? If you don't like it, don't buy it. Well,
Don't
buy
much
my
obliged.
politics.
I'm really not going
And
to
then
buy
when
it.
when we don't buy it, we're called jerks for not buying it. It's like you told me not to.
yeah,
Or
but here's
we're
the thing.
called racist, bigots, Nazis, what have you.
Then what am I? Because I didn't even know it existed till after it flopped. I
So
didn't
here-
even watch any of the videos that were coming up about it because I'm like, the subject matter. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I'm not interested. So I've learned more about Concord in the last 5 minutes than I've known in my entire life.
Here's the thing too. I don't want to say what the problem is because I might get canceled as bullshit anymore. It doesn't work anymore.
Oh, we've been saying it
Tactics don't
for the
work.
last few years on here. No one's canceled us.
Right, but I'm saying like their tactics of like the way they've been canceling people. It's not not 2018. It's not 2019 anymore. The shit doesn't really work like it used to.
Yeah,
People
that's
are
totally
now
true.
realizing that and going, "Oh yeah, you know what? Fuck these people. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck."
Yeah, the wind.
Do you
has
want to know the
changed.
best way to avoid getting canceled? Agree with them. And what I mean by that is when I was doing security at a nightclub, and somebody broke the rules. You try and sneak his younger brother in, so we went to kick him out. And he said, "You're kicking me out because you're racist." And I have been getting that accusation. This is like late 2000s, and people were playing the race card left, right, and center. But I mean, not nearly as much as they were like 5 years ago. But I mean, it just escalated from there. But I had gotten so sick and tired of being called racist just for like kicking people out because broken out the rule. This guy went, "Are you kicking me out because I'm black?" I just looked at him and said, "Yes," and he shut right up.
You know, you're glad they didn't have a camera to record that because you could have got your company
But
fucked.
the funniest one was Latin night. All right, it was Latin night. Everybody in there was Spanish. I'm Spanish. My security partner, she was Spanish. We pulled one guy out for pretty much the same kind of thing, you know, sneaking someone in. And he said, "You're kicking me out because I'm Spanish." Me and my partner, we looked at each other, just started laughing hysterically. I'm like, dude, that's not how you play the card. You know, it's like, yeah, you're right. You're just the wrong kind of Spanish. Duh. Come on, everybody here is Spanish. Get over yourself.
Yeah, that's why you need to learn Spanish. You need to just start speaking it, you know, to your partner.
The only thing I tried to learn Spanish. I was listening to the listen and learn tapes and all that. And the only thing that stuck was, "Usted necesita aprender inglés." That means you need to learn English.
It's a start.
It's certainly a start.
And a few of the cuss words, you know. I didn't learn that off the tapes. I learned it by hearing it.
Yeah, I know one cuss word, and that's pretty much the extent of it. I'm gonna have to learn. Going on a trip in a couple of months, I should probably get the Duolingo app and start practicing.
I do really like
was
Duolingo.
cool.
It only teaches you so much, though.
I tried to learn German, and it didn't work, but it did turn me into a Nazi, so that was cool.
The whole
I
thing
feel
with
bad for
like
Germans
learning a
because
new
they've got to
language.
deal with that reputation, even though most Germans weren't down with that.
The whole thing with learning a new language, I think it's best if you're actually talking with someone who natively speaks that language.
Yeah, because it keeps you fresh. So you don't get rusty on it. And
Right.
You gotta have something where you can at least speak semi-regularly.
Yeah, I
Right.
learned
There's kind of
I
no
learned-
point in learning the language.
I learned my English through immersion. It was like in third grade. My
You
parents.
learned your English. You fucking had to, bitch.
No, not at all. I chose to learn English, so because
I
my
said,
dad.
you stinky. You need to learn the English, man. Oui, bonjour.
But yeah, I went to an English school in the most francophone part of Quebec. So like all the kids who were speaking English also spoke French at the same time. It was quite a unique place, and I didn't understand anything in the classroom, but it was in the playground where I spent most of my days, where I picked up like half the words because the kids would speak half French, half English, like Fringlish. On va-tu play avec les trucks near the sandbox, tu sais? So you'd catch half the words.
What?
And,
Hold up, say that again.
oh,
Is he
on va
lagging
jouer
around?
sur les swings proche du sandbox. So you'd have your sentence in French, but your English words in them. And I would understand about half, and then I'd slowly pick it up, and eventually I'd understand what
So they sounded like the menus at a Starbucks.
I could say that. But it saved my life because I went to live in Ontario after a couple of years, and there it was full immersion, no French, and yeah, I was called a French frog back there. And then until they learned I was born in Germany, then they called me a Nazi.
Really? Is that a thing?
Yeah. And then I went back to Quebec, and then they called me a squarehead because they thought I was English.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many colorful names.
When you come into a new town, people peg you.
Well, it's all about
Put
being
name on
the
you.
outsider. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Now in Canada, we give standing ovations to Nazis. So, things change.
Do you think he even realized? Did you think he had the presence of mind to even realize what he was saying when he pointed at that guy? He's a war hero who fought against Russia. It's like,
Well, the
duh,
guy,
in the 40s.
the dude who's like, what do you call it? Like master of ceremonies in the room. He's reading the sentence, and you can tell when he realizes what he's saying. He realizes halfway through the sentence. He's like, yes, this man fought in World War II, in Poland against then you can feel the enthusiasm leave his his voice when he starts to understand, oh, this guy was on the other side. Oh. Yeah.
So the sudden oh shit moment.
Yeah, you can see it live.
They did it live.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
for real.
I got good news. I found my hidden stash of pistachios.
Hell
Sweet.
yeah.
I was looking for them.
Start pistaching away.
How old are those pistachios there?
They're about maybe 7 days old. Not that old.
No, they're much older than that because Scrat and Ice Age stashed them a while ago and couldn't find them. Oh wait, those are acorns. What was the cartoon movie where the squirrel was like trying to find his stash of nuts and he couldn't find it? Over the Hedge. There we go.
Oh, that movie. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
That was good fun.
I remember it being fun.
I remember fun.
Fun is rememberable. Or so I'm told.
That sounds like an AI sentence there, James. Have you been spending too much time with the AI?
Sure, why not?
I have. I've been playing with it for the last couple of days. It's pretty fun, but every time I feel I get close to what I want, it tells me, hey, you've had enough AI until the next 2 hours.
That's the whole thing with AI. It's really fun, but it's surprisingly addictive. Like it's usually just you saying this is almost right, but it could be just a little better.
Well, it's got lottery mechanics. It's got what do you call those, like slot machines, right? You pull on the handle,
Yeah.
and then you get something.
Oh, it's a real slot machine
And
mentality.
then you
for
get
sure.
close. Sometimes you get a really good one. You put it in that special folder. It's your best one. But then you got to get you got to go through a lot of duds sometimes. And I find that I add descriptives. I add elements that I want to see. And it adds them, but it forgets one of the previous elements. And it'll drop some of the things it had going correctly for a while. It'll drop those, add the new ones. And it's
You're barely at the beginning of your prompt journey.
yeah.
You will
I mean,
learn.
I've played with Chat GPT, but I've never played with
Yeah.
Image AI yet.
The
And this
funny part is how you can actually make the AI emphasize something more by just putting in the keywords multiple times.
Some of them also, they have what's called weights, where essentially you put weight to a word, kind of emphasizing it that way.
Yeah.
It's a coding language in itself. It actually is a coding language. A lot of them got weights. Different.
I thought it was an art.
Well, I actually don't use the term AI artist myself. I say AI engineer.
AI engineer.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Why not
It's an
AI?
actual term now, AI engineering. Like, what do they call it? It's like prompt engineering or something.
Which is kind of, I guess, what I do. Well, it's not that hard though, because I know some people that say, "Oh yeah, I sell prompts," or shit like that. That's all bullshit. That's not hard.
It's not that grand of a skill to have. Like, it's more just finding the nuance behind these AI art programs.
You just got to learn how to talk to it.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like,
Yeah.
I would argue it's not even really a programming language. Not fully, anyway. There's elements.
I think of it how Tony Stark described Jarvis in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Called it a natural language UI.
I mean, you don't get the same results when you put in the same prompt. That's the thing. It's programming languages usually have more like you have to have like reliable output. Like if you're building a calculator, you want your results to be always the same. Is that comparable, or am I like off the deep end with this?
All right, I'm back.
Otter, you're familiar with code. I'm sure you can answer that.
So, repeat the question one more time, just
Well,
so I know what it is.
James was kind of asking if you could call it a programming language, and I was thinking you have to be Turing complete in a sense. You have to, don't you have like to have some sort of reliable result when you're programming?
Not. So it's like the language itself has to be reliable. That doesn't mean there aren't bugs within code itself, but it's more that in coding you are giving it precise instructions on what to do. And it's like if something unpredictable happens, it's usually some variable that you have not thought out yourself.
For
With
example,
AI, you're actually trusting a lot of it to the machine itself, and it chooses for you.
it feels
it's more
like
like-
search engine, right? It feels like Google has.
Listen,
You're in
Yeah,
the
it's more of
finance
you're just
review.
learning how to use a tool instead of like it being a fully fledged programming language.
Otter,
Just-
what you're saying is Skynet will say that you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, right?
Sure, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh.
But the thing with programming languages is you are specifically telling it what to do. There is no art of inference there. AI is built on inferring what you mean by something.
Also, a
When-
little update on the Nintendo lawsuit thing, Power World.
Yeah.
So, the patent that they're suing Power World for is a patent they done this year, way after the game was out, of them throwing an object at an animal. That they did this year.
So stupid.
Sounds like the scroll wheel debacle with Mass Effect. They patented the scroll wheel.
Yeah, but the problem with this, it was done after the game was already announced. So it's like,
What are these
that gonna hold
lawyers
up?
thinking, man?
It comes down to Japanese law, which I don't know.
I don't know either.
Japanese copyright law is really fucking strict.
I
Well,
mean,
on
our
certain things.
our copyright laws.
They don't even have fair use laws.
Well,
Yep.
it's weird because certain things they don't care at all about. Like there's a reason why in a lot of anime you can get away with like naming places or people after bands because there's no real law against that. That's very unlike the States. So it's like that's how you get like certain like fantasy like shows. That's how you get like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and everything like that. Because Japan doesn't really have copyright laws for that. That said, on other things, when it comes to like using a clip or something like that, they are very stringent about it. So it just depends.
Which is, and the fucked up thing is, we'll respect their copyright laws, but they don't respect ours on Japan.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Are
surprise
they
me.
forgetting who has the bomb or something?
Well, they need a reminder, you know.
Isn't that Ubisoft that has the bomb right now?
Oh yeah, they are
Yeah,
the
they have-
bomb.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
bomb.
Thebomb.com, baby.
So apparently
close
they've been
to-
using like one of the monuments that's dedicated to the actual bombing of the city. It's kind of a half one of those kind of gates, religious kind of Japanese gates that they have. There's one that's like half broken, and it's turned into a monument because it's commemorating the time that it was blown up, basically. And they totally put that into a bobblehead apparently a long time ago, and they've added it as a symbol on their Assassin's Creed this time.
They what?
They added it on a symbol of one of the promotional things of Assassin's Creed.
Yes, and the Japanese, according to their culture, that's very, very offensive to show that to them because it's a reminder of what had happened to them. They, like that's just not appropriate. You don't remind people of these things.
Dude, I'm gonna be surprised if this game actually sells well.
Well,
So
there's-
they're in slightly more hot water because Japan's pissed off again because he insulted all of them again.
There's a huge gaming convention happening in Japan right now, and Ubisoft had a big kiosk there, and they pulled out. They're not going. They're doing a no-show
Wow.
right
Wow.
before the game is launching.
The one that takes place in Japan.
Yeah, that's very.
At least they released a decent Prince of Persia game before they really just shot themselves in the foot. I don't see
Yeah.
them being around too much longer.
Yeah, but the reason that game was overpriced, to be honest.
What
That
game?
was kind of dumb of Ubisoft. It was like $40, wasn't it, at launch?
What, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown?
Yep.
I didn't think it was all that overpriced. When games are regularly $60 and $70.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, you get the same type of gaming experience in that type of game for $20. So when you're charging $40, lot of
Metroid
people
Dread cost me
go,
$60, and I had zero complaints about it. It's a Metroidvania. I love those things.
yeah, but you're not getting what I'm
And
saying.
it was well done.
You're not getting what I'm saying. One of the contributing factors to that is that price point for why that game didn't do well, which is kind of sad because it was actually an older style game from AAA company, and they're going to extrapolate that no one wants those type of games.
I didn't realize it didn't do well. I bought it. I played it. I liked it.
It didn't sell well. Why the fuck are we playing this music?
I don't know.
Why not?
We could get rid of it. I was trying to switch from the other one. The other one was a little bit played out. I don't know.
No, I heard we did a lot of chat about Transformers 1 last night. I'm looking at stuff. They're not doing well. That movie.
A lot of franchises aren't right now. It's almost like our economy's doing too well.
But I mean, if it got my butt out into the theater, which I hardly ever go to the theater, and I went and I saw it, I enjoyed it, and I might even see it a second time. I don't know.
Well, I wasn't even.
I thought
I
it was-
wasn't even aware it was playing.
Pretty good.
before you
I thought
talked
this was
about it
going
on
to
your
do
show.
great. Nobody's going to see it.
I didn't even know it was playing before you talked about it on your show, Wrangler. I wasn't even.
Yeah,
aware.
I barely knew about it myself.
Yeah, but still, I recommend it. I think it's probably the best Transformers product that's come out in so long. I can't even tell you how long. And it's
Michael
not
Bay
doing
directed.
any good. It's not like nobody's going to watch it. Probably because they've been killing the franchise lately, and now that they have a good one, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like you can do you can do irreprehensible damage to a franchise.
It's just weird how everybody and their grandmother went out to see the really bad Transformers movies. When they finally put out a good one, nobody goes to watch it. I thought we were still in somewhat of a meritocracy, but
I thought you were going to say, I thought this was America,
No.
which I didn't see the point, but I thought it was enthusiastic.
America.
Fuck.
No, I figure if you have a good product, it would do well. If you have a lousy product, it won't do well.
No,
But I'm
there's
seeing-
there's more.
Yeah, but I haven't
companies
even seen marketing for it. I didn't even
put
know
out
there was
some
one
decent
coming out.
products that aren't doing well.
Yeah, marketing is part of the formula as well.
I mean, even the audience score is saying, "Hey, this is really good," and still nobody's going to see it. Just the people who've gone to see it have liked it.
Okay, but frequency. How's the marketing been for it? Because I haven't even heard of it.
Oh, I don't know. I know nothing about marketing.
Like trailers on YouTube, I've seen none. Might contribute to the fact that not many people.
I've seen them pop up, but I didn't watch the trailers. I have seen trailers for them come up. I just admittedly didn't watch them. I just went and watched the movie.
Yeah, but you went and watched it because Marty and them told you that was coming out, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. But no one else
wasn't surprised. It was good.
Out, so evidently their marketing was bad, which can't contribute to.
Like I said, I know jack about marketing. Oh, I just always figured if a product's good, it will do well. If it's bad, it won't. I always thought it was pretty much that straightforward and simple.
I mean, there can be positive word of mouth going around. It's just how much positive word of mouth has there been for this movie so far? Because that was
most of the people who've seen it have said, "Yeah, go see it."
Well,
audience scores are doing well.
Yeah, but it might tick up if enough people aren't talking good about it, and then people.
I hope it does.
Give it a chance, and then everyone goes.
And I hope they don't try to connect it to the Bayformers movies because that'll kill it. But
oh, they're definitely going to connect to the
it already doesn't match with the continuity. It's definitely its own thing.
Yeah, but they don't care about that.
You have to communicate that in the press, like in the news, the releases, and the interviews, in the trailer, things like that.
And Michael Bay the one directing it?
No. His name was credited on there because it was a Paramount thing, and Michael Bay is, contracts. He's part of the whole Transformers thing, so his name had to go in there. But he didn't really have anything to do with it other than the contractual obligation to put his name on it somewhere. Kind of like Joss Whedon's name still had to pop up in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame credits because of contracts, but he had nothing to do with it.
Right. I don't know. I mean, there is a chance that can do well, enough positive.
I really hope it does, because on its own, it does have merit. But then again, like I said, I'm an idiot with marketing. I know nothing about it. I kind of live in my own world. I like it here.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of made me want to see it as well. Like, I don't know if I'm motivated enough to get in the car and go see it, but kind of nudge me in that direction.
Well, there's kind of a distinction when it comes to the marketing phase of, well, just about anything. It's like, it doesn't matter really if a product is good or bad. It's all about having a conversation around it. That's what's important. And the problem with this is I just haven't been seeing a whole lot of conversation. Now, it can be a great movie. It's just that it's kind of what I've been noticing anyway.
But I'm probably seeing a lot of it now because I watched the movie. I liked it. So I went and looked up a YouTube review on it. And then all of a sudden I saw a whole bunch of things for suggested videos saying, here's a review on Transformers 1. Here's another review. So it's like the YouTube algorithm, it pretty much inundates you with stuff once you look something up and you think it's ubiquitous when it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'm doing. I'm probably created my own personal little echo chamber and didn't realize it.
I mean, that's how YouTube works. With its algorithm shit, which is why You try to avoid watching certain stuff so it doesn't fucking fill up your entire recommend screen.
I know what you mean. I had to stop watching a particular YouTuber because they started doing a lot of React content, and then I just started getting a bunch of React bullshit that I don't want to watch slightly.
Yeah, YouTube is crazy with that. You find one video you find interesting. You have to be careful what you like now. Even like it's like boom, you come back to your main page inundated with the same topic. You're like, okay, no, one was enough.
Also,
Like I looked up something by a YouTuber named Homath. He had some cool little videos about the way the dating game is today. And all of a sudden, my whole news feed was nothing but dating advice for this. What's wrong with them? Why men suck? Why women suck? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't want to see all this crap.
Yeah.
So do y'all know what
I've seen quite a
Homath
few
is,
of
by the
those.
way? Have you ever watched Homath?
Yeah, I watched him.
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, Otter, remember that sub video I showed you?
Oh yeah.
Gotta be careful because I'll recommend you that shit constantly.
Oh no. Yeah, I haven't had any more recommendations for it, but it doesn't surprise me that the YouTube algorithm just ran with it.
Yeah, and then I got all sorts of clips from something called the Whatever Podcast.
Yeah,
I watched a few of them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not into this. But since I watched a couple, now I was just getting nothing but stuff like that for a while. I actually had to go into my history, delete all that from my history to stop getting them to pop up in my newsfeed.
You were rewriting history there, Wrangler.
The only dude I like watching from that is Andrew Wilson, but he's like a Christian debater dude.
Yeah,
I don't really watch whatever. That shit's boring. It's like 8 hours of this shit.
I remember.
Well, it was like they were just both yelling. It was like two sides of an argument where they're just shouting over each other, and they talk in circles and play with semantics the whole time. I'm like, this is going nowhere. This is annoying and aggravating. I don't like
clips
this.
are funny. Like one
How
time
do
they
they
had
have funny?
Rock Destroyer on. That one was really funny.
It's why I stopped watching Fox News, because it was a split screen of a liberal and a conservative just screaming over each other. I got sick of that real quick.
Yeah, but then you actually watch someone who's actually knows how to debate. And it's actually fun to watch.
I think that's a lot of what it comes down to. It's like a lot of people who are debating, they can't even agree on basic definitions. So you get a lot of these like fundamental disagreements on everything.
Well, sometimes understanding what the other person says leads you to a defeat in the debate, so you feign ignorance just to keep going your point, you know?
Oh, sometimes you see two people screaming at each other in disagreement when really they're both saying the same thing using different words.
Right. Well, there's a reason why a lot of good debates will pretty well try and agree on common semantics at the very beginning. That way it's an actual discussion of ideas and not just two people bitching.
But after so much of that, I'm like, I'm just going to go watch a how-to video.
Yeah, so keep in mind, a lot of the people you see doing these debates, some of them don't actually know how to debate, which is why it usually turns into a shit show, like really quick.
And what surprises me is some people watch it because it turns into a niche show. I'm like, that's aggravating. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. I guess some people actually find it entertaining.
It gives me reality TV vibes.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't stand reality TV.
That's why a lot of people watch it. It comes down to drama.
And then I'm repulsed by most of that drama. So I'm definitely not the target audience.
You remember that woke Christian video I sent you?
Oh yeah, I remember now.
That's the people I'm talking
he
about.
was calling the one guy a bigot.
Yeah, they set up these debate streams, and then they get someone who actually knows that debate, and then you realize, oh yeah, these other people are fucking retarded.
Yep. And it's not necessarily the ideas they're debating, it's just they're fucking retarded. It's as simple as that.
I remember I watched a debate between a flat earther and an actual scientist, and it was just a fucking like pulverized show. The flat earther got just wiped off the
I
fucking
love
face.
watching the Muslim versus Christian debates.
Don't want to sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
That's how I learned some stuff about like in the Quran and stuff, and I'm like, oh, alrighty.
I kind of get why there's so much different sects, you know?
What?
What do you got against sex?
Sects, you know?
He's saying
Branching.
SECT,
Yeah.
not SEX. Frederick, get your head out of the gutter.
Listen, I've listened to Aretha Franklin as well, okay? And I don't think that's a reason to start hating.
Do the Muslims have different sects? I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. You got the Sunnis, you got the
Yeah.
the others, Kurds.
Some believe in
Kurds. You want to say that again?
Some believe they're in
Kurds.
LGBT, others severely don't.
Say that again, James.
Some believe in the whole LGBT thing, others severely don't.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
none of
I'm
them
sure
did.
Allah would really respect that. You know,
I don't think any of them do, to be honest, James.
listen, they're saying
The ones in the US do.
The woke people that are saying they're Christian and all this stuff, and they're quote unquote sect, they're not really. I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably. As a Christian, I don't consider them, but that's just, me being me. They can do their
On
own
what?
thing.
Consider who?
Anybody, doesn't follow the commandments, and I don't consider them Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the you're getting a rise of these woke churches and stuff that are saying that they're Christian, but they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
doing like preceding gay marriage and all that, and it's like, no, we're not playing this game. You're not.
And what it is people who struggle with homosexuality and just decide to embrace it and open up their own churches preaching that it's okay. I know because I've seen it happen multiple times.
Yeah, we're actually my church is a Methodist church, and a lot of the Methodists have started doing that. And then they were actually, because there's a bit of a split happening, I can't remember what they're called, but the main organization was allowing other churches to break off and just be their own church. And our church got a note offering us the option, but here's the nasty thing. Said, you must respond by this certain date, or else in order to have the property, you're going to have to pay us for it. And they sent us the notice 3 days after the due date. So we didn't even hear about it until it was too late. And now if we want to separate out and become our own thing and keep the church building and the properties, we would have to pay them $30 million.
Yeah, but I think you can get a good lawyer. Y'all can band together, get a good lawyer, and actually fucking rape that company on that church. Because they're sending you a letter and you got it 3 days after the due date, which means you were not given proper time of notice.
Perhaps. I have no direct involvement in how all that's handled. I don't know. I go to the church. I haven't even signed on as an official member. I've just been going to this church. But this is the stuff they've been dealing with. And I'm like, that's some like Disney style gotchas.
Yeah.
Did you check your terms of service, by the way?
I read all of them in detail.
And of course, the Muslim ones. I don't know if you've seen the Quran, but they're not as much accepting as we are on that shit. Not allowed.
Yeah.
And we got bat sauce. No. We got not bat sauce. It's late at night, so it's butt sauce.
Hello,
Hell.
butt sauce.
Hey, Big
Hello.
Beat there, back at the bus. Bat sauce, how's it going?
It's not bat sauce, it's butt sauce. Call them the correct name.
Listen, I don't see
Hello,
colors.
butt sauce.
You gotta show respect. Hi, butt
Yeah,
sauce.
show respect to your butt sauce.
I'll show respect.
Don't want to sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
By the way, we are so fucking close to idiocracy. Like, we're getting closer and closer to that timeline, you know?
Yeah, just
I'm
waiting for
not
Bronzo
looking
to hit
forward
the
to that.
stars.
What was it? The Mr. Beast, Jake Paul shit, like not Lunchables, where they're using the marketing terms and being like, it's got electric lights. You know what plants crave? Electric.
Yeah. Yeah, they're making
What's got
fun of
electric
her.
lights? Brondo does.
It's like they're parodying. They're going to laugh their way to idiocracy. That's how it's going to happen. They're going to think it's funny.
Oh, what was it? Crocs, which, by the way, my brother loves fucking Crocs, wearing them.
Yeah, everyone here loves Crocs.
Yeah, it's like, boy, did that get predicted of how big it would blow up on that shit.
That's funny because they were pushing for their product to be shown on a movie, and it solved the footwear problem of the whole movie at the same time. It's so weird. That was perfect.
And that company got the last laugh.
Yeah, all about
they're not
marketing.
even. I mean, I don't even think they're comfortable. I don't get the big deal.
I've never tried any. I don't find them appealing.
They're just like a very breathable shoe. That's all. And they're very cheap. You can get them very, very cheap. That's why. And they're not as annoying as a flip flop. I hate flip flops with fucking passion.
You can also get them very expensive. Like I've seen collectors.
Yeah, you
Crocs.
can now. You can now because of how big they've gotten.
Yeah.
Before, not. I mean, you could walk into fucking Dollar Tree, get it for 99 cents.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. No, sure. Especially
They're not
today.
as annoying as flip flops, so it's actually more fun to go in the creek and shit. Or the pool.
Makes sense.
That's why.
That makes sense.
That's about. That's why people wear them.
Okay, that concludes our topic of Crocs for today.
Come on.
Now on to Otter. Now on
All
to
right, one
Otter's
more
favorite
time.
topic,
One more time.
Crocs.
Cut me off one more time. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we got it.
That's the good stuff.
That's a weird
That's the
thing
good
to use,
shit.
Otter.
Everyone's got their adrenaline running now.
Oh, yeah.
All
Of
right.
course,
Time to get down to business.
What sort of business do you suppose he is getting down to?
What were you
All
saying,
right,
Billy?
business time, business. You know what? We need James. You need to do an AI clip of Mike Tyson saying business.
Yeah.
Business. Bye.
I mean, you probably don't need an AI clip. You could probably
I don't
just
know.
find it.
I don't know if I've ever heard him say business, but it would work with his voice and accent. Sounded really funny.
Business.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps.
You can check his cartoon. Maybe he said business in that one. Talked a lot there.
Maybe.
It-
By the way,
it-
y'all still need to watch Mike Tyson's Mysteries.
Oh, I've seen it.
I know you have. I'm talking about the rest of everyone. They haven't.
Yeah, I've got a lot of my to watch now list.
Norm Macdonald plays a sentient pigeon.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
a
already-
gay ghost that's played by Lord Otter.
I'm already sold on the
Could have
idea.
sworn that was Billy.
Just don't watch many shows now.
Nah, it was a great running, like Scooby-Doo parody show.
Hey, James, do you have a certain avatar you wanted to show off tonight?
Did I? Oh yeah, huh?
Got two weasel appreciators on stream right now with you.
The gremlin or the weasel?
I'm sorry, did you use the W word? You know it's very racist, right?
Yeah, so I'll just use it more.
When they're breaking into like people's apartments and vomiting on the carpet and sleeping in their beds, I'll call them a weasel. Okay?
Oh no, you can call the dirty ass otter weasels. That's fine. But if you're
Otter
not gonna
weasel.
refer to,
How dare you, sir?
You're not going to refer to as a GOC, as a weasel.
Help me out. I'm not following.
What?
What's a GOC?
Gremlin of color.
Oh my
Wait.
god.
All gremlins are green, aren't they? What's that?
Excuse me?
That's racist.
That is really racist. There's different
Okay,
shades.
this is the cancel episode, everybody.
And
We're
you
now
are
canceled by
canceled.
the gremlins.
We're gonna have to take you up on HR. You're gonna have an HR complaint.
Oh, we got a badger in the house. James, welcome with your avatar. You're muted, but I can see the mouth opening. Gotta unmute that.
Hello, fellows.
Hey, oh, like
fellow
that.
streamers.
That's cool.
How goes?
That's cool. We're just seeing the problem is we're seeing the top of the image bounce up and down. You should, if you can, get like a transparent background, like Otter. That would.
Yeah, I'd understand it. It's fine though. Not a problem.
And that thing just picks up on voice and does that, right?
Yeah, it does.
Usually. Mine is set to go off whenever I hold down a particular hotkey. So I sync it up.
because your mic is working differently than.
Yes, it's because in Discord, which you have to have it set up to, my Discord is set up to push to talk. So I must push to talk.
I'm eventually gonna get one. I might end up commissioning your sister, woman.
Yeah, she needs to draw a gremlin for you.
Eventually get them.
That'd be freaking awesome, man. Like, it'd be cool to be like on the stream with like 3 animal ping tubers.
The ping tuber squad.
Ping tubers. And the hands. I'm like, what's the hand called in Adam's Family?
The Hand, Mr. Hand, Handsy.
It's Mr. Hand.
Harvey Weinstein.
He's called Thing.
Thing. That's right. Thing.
Oh
So
yeah.
I had Cousin It in mind, but that's the ball of hair. That's the hair.
Yeah, that's the Captain Caveman looking dude.
Yes. Oh,
Bat Sauce, you have to say hello. Come on, Butt Sauce.
It reminds me of a D&D game I just played in a few weeks ago. We actually met Cousin It.
The
Pretty
actor?
fun too. Cousin It was such a cool guy. He didn't last long though.
Christian also got herpes.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Brad
he's
gave
been
him
both
herpes.
ways, so
He get it from the town whore, but he got it from 3 rats. I'm going to give no context to this situation.
I could give context, but I don't feel like it.
all right then. You heard it here first, guys.
I had to pull something out of my butthole, and that was the best I could come up with.
He
Don't
did,
worry.
in fact, pull something out of his butthole during that session. True fact. True fact. Also, you got to play the other one. You got to play the AC Pritchard one.
You play, I'm inking.
Fuck you, I'm playing a game. Hold up. Kill this fucking enemy.
I'll be right back.
I'll be
Scare
back.
dreams away. All right, hold up.
We're gonna get copyright stream from James saying, "I'll be right back."
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Disney's like, we own that now. Can't say that.
Hold up. Where is it? Do I not have it? You know what? To make up for the silence and stuff, where's the other video?
Hold on. Well, I want to say hello. We got a Zap viewer right now.
Hello, Bitcoiners. Thank you very much. Hello. It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you.
And we got 7 viewers.
Sorry, I had to see some tits jiggle.
Yeah, I would say
And those
that,
jiggle physics are top tier.
I would say we have 7 viewers on X right now, and she looks like she's on X. So
Respectful. That's someone's daughter, Frederick. That's someone's daughter. Not at this point, mother. All right, Frequency,
Man.
you got to give your review of Transformers.
1. Rise of Optimus Prime and stuff.
Any fluid?
What did he say?
You went robotic in the last couple words.
I said
Doing
rise
an
of the
impression
tranny
of the
fluid.
Transformer. Yeah.
Oh, that's what the new movie is. Rise of the Tranny Fluid. That's a weird, weird movie you're going. You sure you didn't get lost and went to and watch a drag show?
Transmissions. Grinding.
Not
all-
in disguise.
Are the other bots automatic or like manual transmissions?
Well, is that new infinite shift technology that Ford likes to brag about? And I still don't understand that. The what is it? It's called the Ford 500 before they shifted. They started calling it the Taurus again. But it's like one gear. You don't feel the thing shift. I don't know how that works. I understand how regular transmissions work. I understand how manual transmissions
the
work.
double shift. So you have you doing the shifting the gear, and then you also have the computer in the car shifting as well.
Yeah, it's getting way too out of hand for me. I missed the manual transmission. I knew how to service those.
No. These are like usually race cars and stuff will have that. Where it's the U shift
NASCAR in disguise.
as well.
Yeah, I drove a manual car for about 10 or so years. It was a great car. I really enjoyed it.
Then you said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go get me a automatic."
Pretty much.
No, I much prefer having a manual transmission when it snows.
Yeah, when it snows, absolutely. Yeah.
When it
it's
snows.
easy to get stuck otherwise.
What's the snow stuff? What's that?
Well, I'm in New England, so something I have to deal with a lot more than I care to.
Yeah.
Like nose?
Yeah.
When's the last time it snowed in Florida?
Listen, James, I got your address. And some snow
not
your
since
way.
I've been here.
Like I'm just gonna go ahead and make an assumption that it doesn't really snow in Florida.
Yeah. They'll get some in the Western Panhandle, but
Yeah, well, I'm
Not
not
too
in the
often.
Western
Snow doesn't
Panhandle.
exist. I've never seen it.
Because I'm in Tennessee and we usually get like dustings.
Yeah,
Rarely
no,
get.
that's actually what I'm used to. When I grew up in Tennessee, it was nothing but. I mean, there would be the occasional season where you get like a real snow in, but for the most part, it's just dustings.
A real snow in.
Well, it's literally like maybe 3 inches of snow sometimes.
Where does
Yeah.
snow come from?
Well, when
Besides your imagination.
When a Papa
hot
Snow and a
cloud
Mama Snow love
cold
each other
cloud.
very much.
yeah.
Exactly. There is no snow. You're all lying to me.
Listen, when you've had so much snow covering the street that you can't even see where the cars are, that's when you've had a lot of snow. Okay, not
Yeah.
3
Well,
inches.
we never hold up. You're making the assumption that we said we got a lot of snow. I'm saying in Tennessee, we don't really get that much snow compared to other places. Every now and then we'll get a lot.
Right. That's right.
I was joking. We get snow in the mountains.
But even when we get a lot, it's like maybe 1.5 feet or something. Got it? I think that's the most snow I've ever seen when I was a kid. It was enough that you can somewhat make a snowman.
Yay.
Dude, oh yeah. When we were kids, every winter we'd have huge mountains of snow where like they take the trucks, take the snow from the road and they'd pile it in some parking lot in the winter. And the kids would go and take their toboggans and just slide down the makeshift mountains, and that was the good times.
Now the back roads suck because that's usually where you get really bad ice, and you're about stuck there for a week or two.
Oh wow!
Unless you got like a 4-wheel drive truck.
Nothing too bad.
Well, you have to have your winter tires, obviously.
We don't have winter tires here, sir. No, it hasn't.
We have to change our tires by law here, so.
Yeah, but you also go to jail if you point out that Justin Blackface Trudeau, is blackface. You go to jail as well. Yeah. Just saying.
You go to jail for podcasting without a license.
Where did Canadians
make a decision where we want the little stream to come from? Maybe back in here. And I know this is going to look like we're destroying everything. Don't worry about it. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Trudeau government has a lot of happy accidents, I'll tell you.
You know, it is funny. He was like an Air Force dude and everything.
He was a drill sergeant. Like
he was like no fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He just like the most, and I will say this, I think the most famous artist in the world.
Yeah, he's like the Mario of artists.
Yeah, like
everybody's heard of him.
Most people in the world have at least known or heard or seen fucking Bob Ross.
Super Bob Ross world. There we go.
Oh yeah, hold up. Now this isn't Transformers, but Frequency.
Yeah, go.
Was this what the new Transformers was like?
It's time for marginalized trans acceptance.
Our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Was it like
Thankfully, no.
What was it? It was like 5 years ago they were trying to push like a non-binary fucking Transformer shit.
That was last year.
Was it last year? I thought it was no. I thought it was also like 3 or 4 years ago. They tried it. They may have tried it again, but I know they did it a while back as well with Transformers.
Yeah, I'm non-binary. It's like you're a mechanical organism. You are binary by your very nature.
Machines are binary as well, so you're not getting out of it.
I'll be right back.
Little ones and zeros, little bits of data.
Yeah.
There are no binary protagonists, or there are no non-binary protagonists in Nintendo games, boy.
Love that video so much.
Yeah.
So here's my question. They seem to be moving on. Well, not moving on from the whole sexual identity thing, but now everything seems to be pairing it up with witchcraft. What's with the big witchcraft craze all of a sudden? Is this the vampires or the new zombies?
No, it's not new. They've been doing it a long time in the music industry. All the rappers went really.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's now like being shoved into everything. I mean, I know we've had it around for a long time. We've had The Craft, we've had Charmed, we've had Sabrina the Teenage Witch, all that stuff. But now it just seems to be like everything is about witches now. Absolutely everything.
Well, I've always thought that there was a layer of the occult behind this, and another aspect is women.
Well, it's no longer behind it. It's now the front of it.
Yeah.
Wording.
Why am I suddenly reminded of a Fritz Leiber novella that he put out where it was like, it's pretty much like a college professor, but he's slowly learning more and more that not only his wife, but every professor's wife is like secretly a witch, and they are like plotting and conspiring against each other. So it's like this whole hidden war.
That sounds like what's her name? That Roman Polanski movie. What's
Stepford Wives?
No, the film where she's pregnant and she gives birth to the Antichrist. Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby. Yeah.
They like doing that, isn't it? Where they give all the power to the dark side. No one good is like, there's no force of good that's strong enough to stand up to the darkness.
I don't have any witches in my comic.
Yeah.
There's some women, though. You got to be warned.
There's dark forces and witchery in mine, but they're usually the evil fellas.
Right. Same here. For me, it's like, it's not the inclusion that I object to. It's how it's portrayed in the story itself,
Yeah. But I mean, they're glorifying it. As someone who used to be part of the occult, I see this being pushed everywhere, and I'm going, oh, no.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And it attracts very disturbed people.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Good thing there's no disturbed people around today.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of a little tapping in myself.
Hardy har. Well, yeah, did it mess with you?
Yeah.
What happened? Tell us.
No.
Why? I want to know.
Because that's a long story. I really don't want to elaborate on.
You don't have to elaborate. Just tell it like it was.
I have no good succinct way to do that.
The true story is always the best.
All I know is I'm glad I'm no longer involved, and I'm saddened to see it pushed and glamorized in the way it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I at one point thought, it's just all misunderstood. I'm involved with it, and I don't see a problem. Blah blah. But as time went on, I began to realize I'm into some stuff that I'm getting in deep into stuff I really should not be in, and this is messing with my head, and I needed to get out of it. And now that I'm like, yes, I'm free of it, and now I see it being polarized everywhere, and that's really not a good path for a lot of folks to travel. Let's just say that.
If it makes you feel any better, Wrangler, one of the villainous factions in my second book, I'm not going to say it's like 1-to-1 or anything by any stretch, but it is vaguely inspired by like Wicca. But it is by no means in a positive light. Not in the way that they're practicing it or whatever.
I will admit, I used to see Wicca in a very positive light.
Does anybody have it?
Get out of my mind!
Any crazy supernatural tales they want to share? I'm down to listen to a few.
I need to actually talk to Reed out because I need to learn a little bit more about Civil War and after. That is when I'm wanting to take place, the little short story I'm going to do.
What, the secretary story? What the fuck?
Yeah, sure. The secretary. Not the vampire one.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a really cool time period for a vampire story.
I want it after, not during.
Even so, it's still a cool time period.
But I need to. I didn't know some stuff.
I'm actually going to be working on a witch character for my books as kind of a nerd nemesis to Elizabeth.
Witchy woman.
Which, by the way,
See how
look this
high
up for
she
me. When was the
flies.
Schofield?
What is it?
Otter.
Yeah.
Look up for me when the Schofield revolver was made.
When the scope of a revolver was made?
The Schofield.
Oh, when was the Schofield made?
The Schofield. What's the Schofield?
June 20th, 1871.
So I have to take it place somewhere around that. It's gonna have a Schofield. Have you not seen a Schofield, Frederick? Hold up. After I do this mission,
I'm sure I have, but I don't recall the name of it. Like,
so a lot
I'm
of
not a huge weapons expert.
what was it? In the Tombstone movie, what's his name? Because the movies just usually use Colts and shit, revolvers.
Yeah.
A lot of them actually in real life use Schofields. They're a fucking badass revolver. I actually genuinely want to buy one. Let me show you. And they're break action. Matter of fact, I might have to get a hold of Gino. Gino would know more of the history on this than me.
What's break action? Can you explain?
Like a break action shotgun, you
Okay, I got you.
pop it down and then
Yeah.
There's a lot of great weapons out there, I think. I could be completely wrong. I don't know much about them.
it's a cool revolver. It's this.
Oh, that's a beaut.
So break action, I mean this part, you pop it down.
No, I got it as soon as you said shotgun. I was like, okay, no, I know what he means. Look, it's like you're breaking it in two, which you're popping it open.
Yeah.
We can.
It's a great fucking pistol. I will buy it one day.
Nice. Everybody has that expensive item.
Yeah. I'll show you what I want to buy. I want to buy these lasers here.
Wow.
And these are the people who made like the lightsaber.
No idea.
Have you never seen the one?
I've
where
seen
they-
it, but I don't know if it's the same people. Though. Can't answer the question, unfortunately.
Disgusting.
Isn't that great, man? Because Rattel has lasers popping out of his goggles. They're tech. You know, it's not a superpower like Superman. It's a tech solution. You know.
Yeah.
Listen,
Like,
I'm telling you, that one enemy, I know it's seen that better be in it.
Which enemy?
I can't say because of spoiler reasons.
Okay, I hear you. But
I'll private message it real quick. You know what I'm talking about.
so you do. We do have to show the good people at home how to defend themselves against guns, since we brought the topic up today.
When someone points two guns at you, first thing you want to do is move into a safety zone. That's right here. It is going to be very loud when he's firing. So, taking your fingers, putting them in your ears like this, so you don't damage your hearing as he fires. He eventually figures this out. He begins to point the guns at my head as I move down. The bullets hit each other at the exact same time. I catch them. I put them in his pants. Okay? So as he fires, hot lead, put it in his pants, hot lead, put it in his pants, hot lead, put it in his pants. He continues to point the weapons at me. I move down here. I redirect into the groin. He fires. I reach up, take the guns, present them to everyone around, knowing I have control of the weapons. He falls down. And then whatever's left of it, what do we always do? re-stomp the groin.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When I watched that, I thought it was gonna go for like a blowjob joke. I'm gonna be honest with you. When he was doing that, I was like, "Is that where this joke's gonna go?" But no, that's where I thought it was heading.
That's just your mind that goes there, Billy Bob. Not everyone thinks like that.
Listen, you all fucking thought it, especially when fucking put his legs up.
That's how trans think.
No doubt.
What an era we live in. What an era.
Also, I put it in the private chat.
I hope not all of us die in World War III.
Well, you know, I'm not going to shed a tear if an honor goes away.
Well, no spoilers. Okay?
Fuck you, Billy.
I haven't seen the end of World War III yet, so no spoilers.
As long as you make it out of Canada alive.
Hopefully, Canada will turn into the USA. I think we're going to become extra states, and
Hold
then
up.
we're going to destroy the border.
Frederick, you know what clip you haven't made yet? You're supposed to make.
Which one?
You need the from the Fallout 1 intro. The
Okay.
Canada being annexed by America.
Oh, yeah.
And they just shoot the civilian.
Yes. That's a good idea.
Oh, Canada. It's been a long time since I watched the South Park movie.
I ended up rewatching it, or watching it for the first time a couple of months ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Jesus, you really were a sheltered child.
So
Yes, I was.
overrated for you?
That's all right. I don't hate it. Don't love it either. It's somewhere in the middle for me.
You didn't like Saddam Hussein getting fucking butt fucked by Satan?
No,
That's
that was
what-
actually pretty funny.
That's why I said overrated.
Come here, you little bitch.
Most movies can't live up to the legend.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
I think it's overrated if you've heard enough about it, but
I
still
think
good.
I don't think it compares to certain South Park episodes. Like there are quite a few South Park episodes I actually think top it.
What, the Mr. Garrison wondering why his dad didn't molest him. What, Dad, am I too fucking ugly?
We were rewatching an episode the other day where it's like Bebe gets boobs, and then all of a sudden all of the guys are treating her differently to the point.
Yeah.
Whenever they start like fighting over her, they all turn into apes. They're all just hooting at each other.
You know what was really good? Heidi. Where Cartman gets canceled and stuff, and they break all his electronics, and he ends up forming a relationship with this chick, like the activist chick.
I vaguely remember it.
So it's like a season-long thing, and Cartman becomes like awoke and all this other shit.
Oh, wow.
But Cartman being Cartman ends up like affecting Heidi and turning her into him, a female version of him, throughout the whole fucking thing. This is I want to say like 2019 or something this season.
No, I stopped watching it way before then. I only watched the first 17 seasons.
It's got good episodes.
Only 17 sounds like a lot.
Yeah, and then I stopped. I was like, damn, that's too much.
That's a
I'm
lot
sorry,
of
Frederick. The Simpsons is still going on.
Oh,
yeah, but the Simpsons sucks. They might as well be dead. So, Okay.
Matt, didn't they get rid of what's his name, the white dude who was playing pool? The Indian.
Apu? Oh yeah, that guy something Azaria.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me, actually.
Everyone was offended during that time. It was the peak of the Me Too movement and the DEI.
Hank
crazy.
Azaria.
Full strength.
Yeah, I'm glad cancel culture is not really a thing. It doesn't work. It's a great thing. It was one of the best things was Elon fucking buying Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just because
seeing all
now
of the
they're
keyboard warriors
experiencing-
coping and seething.
Well,
yeah,
the
they're
best
pissed about it. It was their headquarters.
I personally love to see that one chick cry. You know the one.
Yeah, and
The one
now they're
holding
actually
him
getting
goes
banned for shit.
right. The
Like before,
wokesters.
they were protected and allowed to say whatever the fuck they want, and now they're actually getting to experience it.
Yeah.
They went
Well, it's
really
definitely
silent
improved,
about
man.
that.
It's definitely improved. I've seen an improvement there for sure.
And they're pissed off because they tried canceling like Nerd Erotic and all of them from YouTube, and YouTube would
Yeah.
basically, they didn't break anything, so yeah, we're not doing anything.
No, this is stupid, and they put a name on it this week, or it's probably for earlier, but I heard it this week called
A
the
name.
toxic positivity movement. Right? That's kind of what killed Concord. It's this toxic positivity where you can't say anything critical. You always have to be nice.
Yep.
It's like the tyranny
Fanboyism.
of
And you know what? That YouTuber that went on the whole DEI rant, they brought up toxic positivity.
Yeah, I say this month I've been hearing that word a lot now. It's actually
Yeah, I've been hearing it too.
And it's not a bad term. Like it is true to where you can't criticize anything. You always have to say it's the greatest thing ever made since sliced bread.
You know, it's
I'm
coming
also
next,
starting
right?
to hear the word more toxic femininity.
You know, it's coming next.
I've
though,
heard
right?
that one a long time though. Yeah.
Because I'm hearing toxic positivity from like multiple sides. Next is going to be the fight for the term toxic positivity. That'll be like,
Maybe.
it's going to be the wokesters versus the non-wokesters trying to rule toxic positivity.
Did you get toxicpositivity.com?
They're like, just like everything else, these guys come in and make it all toxic.
But I think we're hitting back. Like
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be seeing much more Concords,
Time to penis up.
But then again, we might. Who the fuck knows? Trying to invest a lot of this stuff. So
I mean, it's funny. Like it's funny seeing these are the kind of like last vestige of the woke, especially video games. Man, it takes 8 years to make this stuff.
Yeah, so this was made a while ago, and people actually say when it comes to Concord, because I played a lot of these online only games. A lot of them entered like the free to play realm, and I was a broke piece of shit for a while. So I played a lot of free to play games. I seen many games stay in like freaking production for 8-9 years, come out and just be dog shit. And I guarantee you the same shit happened to Concord, where what we saw today, or what Concord was known for upon its release, was not what it was originally developed or dreamt up as, with character-wise, with everything it was supposed to be. I guarantee you it was put through the ringer and then restarted at least once. I'm thinking maybe twice.
Well, especially with that $400 million price tag behind it.
Remember, that $400 million was from like not even the full development. It was like what, over a year and a half or whatever, something like that. Something insane.
Yeah,
full
these
cost.
AAA video games are not cheap to make.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't. We're just gonna run through this shit. I mean, we're gonna get more.
Yeah, because this shit is coming from 2015. So what did they start in 2016? What did they start in 2020 that they're working on? You know.
Well, hold up. This is specifically coming before the COOF.
That's what I said. This is like from 2015, right? They started the idea of it back then. So there's still stuff that started much later that we're going to get. There's probably still more woke stuff that's going to die. Probably.
Right, but there's a lot of this also from 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
You know, when people
they could adjust. They could like be aware of the market and tone down the gay stuff and tone down the woke stuff.
I mean, Disney reportedly evidently told fucking Pixar to tone down the gayness.
Yeah.
So if Disney,
that's the thing, you can't even contest it.
Because no one likes to lose $400 million.
I mean, if like Disney's starting to do this shit, I mean,
You know
Because
it's in
they're
advanced stages.
Now Disney is going to be known as the homophobe corporation.
Oh no. They went capitalist on us. You know, I can't wait for the wokester who thought, now's our time. Now's when we rise up and we show all those white cis men that they are just old dinosaurs who need to die off. That those wokesters see that they had a decade to just wallow in the fucking mud, and now everything that they thought that they were somehow paving way for this infinite future of wokeism because there's no turning back. I cannot wait to see the look on their freaking face when all these corporations abandon them and they realize that they themselves were just a walking, talking piece of corporate product.
Well, they are
Willful
now.
idiots.
Otter.
Willful idiots.
Yeah.
It was earlier this year. Didn't Microsoft like lay off their entire DEI? Like,
No, it was just one department. It made it sound like it was huge, but it was just one tiny department of DEI stuff. But they are starting to trickle out.
They're starting to reconsider.
right, but they got rid of the department that was specifically about DEI. Still something. Don't get me wrong. They still might push all this shit. However, they're not paying retarded people hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for it.
Yeah, that's correct. They might not be pushing it as hard, but they still live and breathe this stuff as well. Got to keep that in mind.
They're not actively making money for it.
It's their culture. They're fighting for what they believe to be right, the future.
Hey, they're on the right side of the history, apparently.
It's kind of like that scene in Blazing Saddles when they're describing the racist. You know, they're simple folk. They're people of the land, simple folk. You know, dumbasses.
I love that movie so much.
I'm sure he didn't say dumbasses, but it was
morons.
Yeah, morons. Just do that, but wokesters. They don't know any better. Most of them don't know any better. Some of them know a lot better.
I haven't watched Blazing Saddles in a long ass time.
Yeah, me too. I gotta refresh that in my memory.
Sir, you use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Watch me while I whip this out.
That's something I don't ever want to hear somebody say.
Yeah, I also need to rewatch Willy Wonka. It's been a while since I watched that.
Yeah, the good one. Yeah.
You know what?
I read
little
the
bit
book.
Controversial. I do not hate the fucking Johnny Depp Tim Burton one.
I don't.
It's not good though.
You may do. You
I
may
didn't say it
like
was good,
as you wish.
but I don't think it's as horrible as or as god awful as people make it out to be.
I got nothing on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Aliens 4. Well, there you go.
Well, me too, James. I also. They're the same crowd that did Amélie, same crowd, Cité des Enfants Perdus, which is City of the Lost Children.
Then they made Alien 4.
It's got some good scenes. It's got some good scenes, man.
I didn't mind the extra characters. I like some of the humor. I like the one of my favorite scenes is when General Perez is just like goes up to this machine and he just says his name inside the machine, like General Perez. And then it doesn't open up. He's like, General Perez. It doesn't open up. So he just breathes on it really hard. And it opens up. Like, that's genius. That's perfect.
Oh, Frederick. You've now watched Alien versus Predator. So you can talk about it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's right. Actually, I think it's it felt like watching a proposal for a really great project. So,
so it's not.
Yes. Yes, it sucks, but it sucks in such an epic way.
It's schlocky.
It's
The epic
like
suckage.
it's trying really hard to be the best thing you've ever seen in your life.
By God, it's trying.
It's failing miserably at it, but it's got like 3 to 5 really money shots, good stills that you could take.
Yeah,
from
you
the
mean the
movie.
scene where the what's his name? I forgot the name of the xenomorph. He's the one with the net piercing where he's
the hero.
So yeah, there's a few shots like where they're jumping, the predator jumps towards the alien and they're coming together like a poster. It's beautifully graphically on the screen. It's gorgeous. I love the concept of going to Antarctica. We don't see it enough. We haven't seen it since The Thing. And it's a great setting for hunting. The fact that it's like a booby trap with alien eggs and the predators are coming to hunt them, expecting the eggs to come. I'm like making my own version of this movie better than what I saw in my head. All that stuff I like.
It was
the characters are really badly written, and
their interactions are very awkward.
The performances are terrible, and I don't know if I can blame the actors because the writing is so bad.
You know, but I think the black chick, first of all, she's hot. I think
she is hot. And she's a decent actress. I just think her dialogue is very...
Yeah, it's not good, but she was working with...
You know what? I actually owned it on DVD, and I listened to the commentary, and the actress is very energetic about her performance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's great, but I'm saying I actually think she was pretty good in the movie, all things considered.
And they should have brought her back. I wouldn't have minded her being like the staple female.
Yeah. So I can't really criticize the actors because I like.
But I'm a misogynist, so
I figure.
I mean, with my own opinion.
What misogynists are welcomed here, so just so you know.
Also, they had what's his name return as Bishop. Said he's actually human, not an android.
He's in everything.
I just got to play our little misogyny clip here.
You know what? That's going to be the new Predator movie.
Now that's misogyny I can get behind.
It's just a bikini wearing like badass like special ops team, you know?
Yeah.
We like to call it neo-misogyny.
Yeah.
Or post-American misogyny.
Whoa. What is it, Neo? I know misogyny. Whoa.
Get misogyny.
Anyways, continue on. What was the other ones?
Oh, I also like the fact that they've got a pyramid dug up on the ground. Like pyramids in Antarctica, fantastic subject. I love it. And everything else really, really, really sucks.
You didn't like the fight scenes?
The which ones?
The fight scenes?
No, I mean the action scenes were good. The Predators are a little clunky, and the thing that kind of kills it, unfortunately, is the lighting. So you got like really good lighting. Well, good for like to see what everything is, but it's not really what you want in a horror movie, right? And you were talking about horror movies earlier today, James. Horror movies, you kind of want a little bit of the unknown. You don't want to see the whole, you want to kind of like have a hard time to see what's on the screen sometimes because it's dark. They're underground. They've got their own sources of light. The light should be swinging. You should be seeing shadows on the predators' faces and masks. But no, instead you have like perfect fucking lighting. Like apparently the pyramid is lit like a fucking
yeah, but you want to be careful.
Convenience store.
If you have it too dark for most of the film where you can't see anything, that's annoying as fuck as too. And that's what Alien Requiem does.
But they were nowhere near too dark in this one.
Yeah, they need at least some shades of darkness in them scenes. It was written more like an action movie than anything else.
The animation of the beasts were a little bit clunky at times. Obviously, you got to mention the lips. Like the lips were horrible on the aliens. That was like cringe or like almost funny in a B movie kind of way. But other than that, the aliens look really good. The costumes looked good as well. The predators, like they didn't miss the look of predators. They didn't go. I don't think they innovated in a spectacular way, but they were
It was a
faithful
predator.
to what they look like. It's a freaking predator. It looks like it's good. Same with the aliens. Outside of the lips,
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job on the design. It looks good. It works.
I thought the Predator felt, when I remember watching that first big fight, the Predator felt strong and the alien felt like it had a weight to it. Like when he lifts up the alien by the tail and kind of just starts bashing it around, like he's like, oh yeah, that's not like a light thing he's picking up there. That's heavy.
Well, remember in the original Predator movie, he was like fucking throwing Arnold around like he was a fucking ragdoll.
Of course. Well, that I'm complimenting it. It feels the way it's supposed to.
That movie had no right to turn out as good as it did, man. It
did.
almost flopped, and it turned out to be a masterpiece. Like it's one of the best. One of the best. Yeah, the first Predator. It's so good. It's like I could rewatch it 100 times.
And both of them are plagued with not that great sequels.
I like Predator 2.
Yeah, I hear good things about
Predator 2
Predator.
was bad, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna agree to disagree on that one. I actually
Alien
really like
Okay,
the movie.
okay, hold up.
I'm not gonna say it's the best movie ever or anything, but I do.
No, I
like
didn't say Predator. First of all, I never said Predator 2 was bad. But if you look at it, Alien, most people like the first one, of course. There are people who don't like Aliens, but most people like Aliens.
Yeah, most people like it.
Yeah.
Most people don't like the third one.
I do like the third one. There are things I like about it.
I think it's decent.
Me too. I like it as well. I like it.
Alien 4, it's a flip of coin. Like some people I do know that like it. Some people fucking hate it.
I enjoy it because
I don't think I've even seen it. Is that the one where they're on the alien planet?
No.
Alien 4 is the third best.
Oh no, I'm mixing that up with Predators. My bad.
It's the one where you got the Sigourney Weaver that is a clone of Sigourney Weaver. It's a clone.
Oh, the one with Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should have called it Alien Clone Wars.
Then you go to Predator. Everyone loves the first one. It is a toss-up if people like the second one.
I find that it gets fairly decent reviews.
I was all right with the second one.
I'm just saying I have seen a lot of decent enough people.
I can see how that would go either way in people's opinions.
Oh yeah, I can see how not
Predators,
everybody likes it.
Predators, most people don't like it. And then
I haven't seen it, but that's too bad. It looked like it had potential to be really good.
It has potential. It's just okay.
And then you have the Predator, which is considered the abomination of the franchise.
Oh, it's pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
Then you have Prey.
And then Alien, you also have Prometheus and Alien Covenant now.
Yeah, those are like, I don't even want to count them. Like they seem to do damage to the brand more than help anything.
So I'm just saying, both of these franchises, not the best when it comes to sequels.
Dude, I don't agree. Like, I think the first 4 Aliens they're good as sequels. Like, I grew up in the freaking.
Yeah, but you have to
90s.
count Prometheus. You have to count Alien Covenant. You have to count Romulus now.
Look at Karate Kid 3. That's a bad sequel, man. Like, it barely passes as a movie. That's bad. Like, you can't.
You want
compare
to
that.
talk about me being a sheltered child? Over the weekend, I've been watching a lot of the Rocky movies for the first time. Yeah, that's pretty sheltered.
What do you think?
2 is my favorite. Around 3, there is a massive tonal shift, but I still kind of like it quite a bit. It's just different.
Yeah. And then there's 4.
I actually like 4.
Yeah, everybody likes 4. Just, it's Rocky 4.
There's silly elements to it. Like it's telling a serious story, but at the same time, it's like you've got some like paper thin characters, like with what's his name, the Russian guy. It's
Grog.
like he's like a walking, talking stereotype, and I love it. I'm here for it. In fact,
Will destroy you.
I'm not gonna say Alien 3 is good. I'm gonna say it has a great premise and stuff. Not the best on execution.
Tenkage's in the house. We were just talking. Did you get our chat about Alien versus Predator Tenkage? We had to talk about that on the Discord, I believe.
Predator will destroy you.
Yeah, because one thing that I thought was too much was when they showed how the Predators came down and were worshipped as gods and all that. I thought that backstory was unnecessary, and we see too much of them for it to be a horror movie. We see,
and they're like in a Mayan city, and then they're in the Antarctic.
Well, the whole them being worshipped as gods, that's kind of going with the ancient aliens angle. That's really all it is.
Ancient, that's one thing that deserves a action cartoon. Ancient aliens.
I think the biggest problem with that concept is like, why did they stop having humans worship them?
Reasons.
Science.
Yeah.
That's a good point there, Billy Bob.
Science.
They left and they promised they'd come back, but I don't know.
I mean, you think about it. If you had an entire civilization worshiping you probably use that for a lot. I mean, that's at least a workforce.
Yeah, you'd think you want to keep that up. And why haven't we heard of the Predators? There's a lot of questions that it raises. That's why I don't think it adds anything and it takes away a lot. It's very distracting to the main story in my mind.
Sadness.
Did not bring joy.
Did not bring joy.
Then you had the Queen in there.
Of course. End fight scene? What do you think of the end fight scene?
I forget, but I think I probably liked it. I think it probably was okay. I don't
It's
recall.
where they're getting chased down by the Queen.
That's not it's not too good. You probably like the end fight scene.
No, I mean, it wasn't.
Predator expected her to do with the fucking alien head.
Yeah, it really wasn't an impressive movie on a lot of points. So
I thought the alien head was like a shield.
No,
yeah, it was. He took the skull cap off the alien to give her.
One of my favorite parts of that entire movie is where you have the one Predator guy just straight up like catching the xenomorph popping out of the guy's chest, just like immediately snaps its neck. Yeah. I'm like, I don't care how stupid this is, I love it.
Yeah, no, that's it. There's great shots in there.
The best
AVP Requiem was such a disappointment, though.
So the best death scene from Alien Requiem was when the dude has the chest burster and he fucking grabs the doctor by the face, and then has the chest burster burst through his stuff and burst through the dude's head. I have to find that clip. That's what I'm talking about, right?
Not sure.
I thought you said you loved Alien 4.
Yeah, I did, but I watched it.
I wasn't listening. What'd you say? Oh, wait, yes, the dude with the glasses.
Yeah, the dude who was kidnapped and put a chest burster in. You're just waiting until the fucking.
Oh yeah. The guy, he's like, you guys saved me. Oh yeah.
He takes out the villain by double chest bursting him.
Yeah, he literally fucking says "fuck you" and then grabs the dude and then holds his head.
He wasn't supposed to wake up. He was just the transport for the alien. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking, that was a good scene.
Yeah, no, it has some great moments. Obvious problems, recognize that, but
the soundtrack was good.
They had Chucky playing a weird scientist.
They did, and he grabbed by the head. And I actually did like the scene when General Perez took out a grenade and he needed a escape pod with an alien in it.
Yeah, then he gets fucking his back of his head gets punctured and he fucking pulls out a piece of his brain.
Yep. He's done for it.
General Perez was a good character.
Yeah, good actor too. I like how they set up that he was part of like an illegal military cargo deal going on.
Yeah, it felt like black money there.
Yes.
Now,
That's
The biggest
world building.
plot hole-
Shit.
The biggest plot hole was, how did you have a cage to hold the xenomorphs, but you didn't have them acid resistance?
Probably because they haven't figured out how to protect from the acid.
Yeah, but they had them for like 30,
I
20
guess,
years.
yeah, I'll take that.
They've
Oh, well.
had it for a long ass time. That's the thing. It's like they would have known about the acid blood.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's one logical thing. I'm like, maybe because they have a scene later on where when the power goes out, the two other xenomorphs fucking kill the other one to cause him to shoot acid to burn down through the metal grates and stuff and escape the room.
Did you say the two otter xenomorphs?
You mean the otter morphs?
Yeah, that's got to be disturbing.
What do you mean disturbing? It's wonderful.
Like they're aliens and they've got cute eyes. How would you do that?
Oh my god, frequency. What would a Klingon xenomorph be like? Because remember, xenomorphs take on their host traits and shit.
Yeah, but they still don't have eyes. So they wouldn't have like cute otter eyes. So don't try it, Otter.
I mean, they can have eyes.
Oh yeah, AC, it was your fault I was shirtless at that party too. He came out and gave me a hug, and it exploded. It went everywhere. And then I was shirtless for 6 hours. That was fun.
I mean, technically, the xenomorph skull does have eye sockets there. There's just no eyes. They could have eyes for Edgar.
That is weird.
Have
It's
eyes.
interesting.
Have you seen it? It's mainly in the first movie. The skull that's underneath the head.
I
the
think so.
dome.
I mean, I've seen a lot of conceptual art for Alien back in the day. Like I was really into it as well. But some of the
Well, like-
stuff came out later as well.
We actually haven't seen. I think like Aliens one type of xenomorph. Most of the time, we see the ones from Aliens, the drone ones. They have like armor on their head.
The ones that aren't nearly as imposing.
Yeah, the one in the first movie has like a transparent kind of skull or head thing, whatever you call it.
The first one is still the most frightening one because the actor had it really down the way it moved, and they really put the fear. Right, James? That's kind of what you were talking about in horror today. Like they knew how to do horror back then, which is lost art today.
It was a different time. They were experimenting with stuff. Now we have like a freaking checklist of things you need in your horror movie based on the genre.
Well, that and shitty CGI.
It's true.
Like back then, they were using practical effects, which actually sells it.
That's right.
Well, I will say horror actually had some of the worst practical effects as well because they had a lot of the cheaper movies.
Yes. But a lot of the practical effects guys started their careers there as well. So it was kind of like, that's the thing is we don't have any like practice areas as much anymore where people like learn their trade and have a good chance to get better and grow. And
Everything's a machine and they just want you to be a cog.
Yeah.
Best practical effect was the Inside Out William Shatner mask.
Where was that played?
I think that was what Michael Myers wore in Halloween.
Oh.
They took a Captain Kirk mask, flipped it inside out, and put it on his face.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I've heard that before.
What was in the thing? One of the scenes they were using like a concoction of shit and like mayo. Oh yeah. The scene where it pops off the head and shit, and it splatters on the roof and everything.
Yeah.
It's like I forgot all the stuff that was mixed up, but it was also like mayo and all this other nasty shit to make it look disgusting.
Yeah.
Call special effects. We need more condiments.
Oh my god.
Good old days.
That's right.
All right, guys. I think we're at the tail end of the show. Did you
Yep.
want to say something there?
Nah, I was fixing to bring up. We're fixing to wrap it up. I was fixing to
Too late. Beat you to it. Can't claim it. All right. That's good.
NDA.
All right,
NDA.
guys. Grab your backpacks. It's time to head back down. It's
All
shit
right.
time.
Convoy, 12 o'clock, on my command! Deploy! Okay now. Little off course here. Ooh, holy mommy fucking shit!
Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
Domino was hot, and she should have been in the Wolverine, Deadpool, and Wolverine. Whatever the fuck. Everything else.
Yeah, at least in a scene, you know.
Disappointing.
Yeah, for
she wasn't even
for
at
all
the
the
party.
people out there who keep saying, "Oh, you have a problem with representation." Well, it's weird how all these people who they claim to have a problem with it didn't complain about Domino. Everybody loved her.
Well, they
Zazie
think we're all
Beetz.
that. Funny.
Well, she's always lucky that way.
But Otter.
All right. Well, I have a swords and sorcery novella out called The Curse of the Star Raids, the first in Steel and Stormbright. Hard at work on book 2, getting a lot of it edited and polished up as we speak. And I've also got another couple of projects in the works. I've got a Big Trouble in Little China video that I'm hoping to work more on very soon, as well as a short story I'm beginning to outline. So in the meantime, along with my writing, you can find me on YouTube, and I'm usually either here on the Art Chill stream or on Weekly Wing It with Wrangler. I also game on Fridays. Dwarf Fortress has been the latest obsession of late.
Did you get some feedback on that? Did you get comments on the video after the stream?
So far, from what I've seen, the comments have just been saying it's been a really fun stream.
Awesome. And speaking of Big
That
Trouble in
was a
Little
fun
China,
stream.
Well, thanks,
Have
man.
you paid your dues, Jack? Yes, sir. The check is in the mail.
that's the first scene of Big Trouble in Little China.
I love that movie so much.
You know what old Jack Burton always says? Who? Jack Burton. Me.
Hollow?
That's
Hollow.
probably.
Fuck.
You know what? I'll bet you that's probably what inspired them to have him cast him as Ego the Living Planet as Father Star-Lord. I'm Star-Lord. Who?
Could be. Could be.
James.
Yeah, right now I am working on editing a short story that'll be coming out in October. I am also working on a novella that will be coming out when it's done. I'm definitely nearing the last end, putting the final touches on the third chapter. Just got another 9K words to go, and I'll be done with that. And that'll be entering the editing process. But you will find all of this awesome stuff and more on my Substack at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. Over to you, Wrangler.
All right. You can find my stuff on Amazon. My 2 books so far are Haley Star, Bad Kitty, and the follow-up Bad Kitty, Haley's World. I'm currently got 2 projects going. I'm working on book 3 and 4, which is Mystified Investigations and United States Stellar Marshals. Also, over on my Substack, Frequency Studios, I'm still hoping to have in the next month or two the first short story in a series up about New World detectives, LA police officers working in a very quickly changing world. And the first one is called The Legend of Shalar.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Billy Bob Sack. Yeah.
You can find me on Only Gremlins on Substack.com. Sometime next month, I'll have a short story up.
There you go.
That's
Looking
about
forward to it.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah. And imakecomics.com is the forward that'll take you to Rattel Comic, where you can see progress of the samples of the pages I've done in color so far. You'll also see progress bars of where I'm at in the general work of the comic book, and as well as links to my socials and these streams that we do on every Tuesday. So stay tuned next week as well. And that's us for the team.
But our country is blessed to have the extraordinary talent, energy, and genius represented in this room. It really is great genius. Not all of you, but most of you. Many of you.
I love that clip.
So good.
All right. Well, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a great night, and God bless.
God bless.
See you next week, everybody.
Squeak,
Ciao.
squeak.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Have a good time with your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with.